Alright, so in this video I'm going to break down the only two guarantees that there are in life and where I kind of see business going in the next 2 to 3 years. So if you don't know, I basically had a chain of gyms that I started in 2014, built it up to 7 locations, sold that right before COVID, had a cryotherapy clinic, had a bunch of softwares and a bunch of different things. Some were successful, some failed. And then kind of 2020, learned about Go High Level, had an agency that were running kind of Automation King. And then I started Zuva and started AI Growth Consulting in 2023. So kind of been online I built my first funnel in 2013, and I guess I know a little bit about this online business stuff and running traffic. So it is my belief that the only two guarantees are AI and a personal brand, right? So throughout history, we have always needed leaders for changes. So think of the Industrial Revolution, the Internet Revolution, and now the AI Revolution. Throughout all those periods in time, we've always needed leaders. So that's no different now. But like when I look at like personal brands, you know, the big celebrities and superstars and stuff like that, people that have a personal brand aren't really going to be impacted by AI. But then in terms of business, so when we look at business, especially bigger businesses, their goal is shareholder value, right? Like, yeah, they talk about these other things, all this other woke bullshit that no one really cares about. But fundamentally, they're shareholder value. So business A has, 1,000 staff doing admin and whatever, and business B has admin covered by AI, and they're not spending the 1,000 salaries. Like, that business is going to be more profitable. And when they're more profitable, they can either spend more money on marketing, and as Dan Kennedy says, the person who can spend the most on marketing wins, or they're going to be able to cut their costs because their cost base is lower, so they're going to be able to price out the market of their competition. So when we're looking at it, that's why I'm so bullish on AI, is because it's going to impact every single business. So now you're watching and you're like, okay, cool, like what does that mean? Well, I think there's kind of only really two ways this can go. You can either replace people with AI, or you're going to get replaced by the AI that can do the job, right? And that's why I look at AI growth consultants as people being able to install these systems and then license them to businesses so they actually own the IP. And that's where you kind of move away from like a retainer to like a consultant or a service provider that actually provides something, and now you're basically just renting them out the system that you built and it's all of your IP. So that's kind of the big difference in AIGC, is like we actually build the systems and then install it. And again, we use kind of stuff that's already off the shelf. You can use JHL, Make, Zapier, N8N, all that kind of stuff. But when you're looking at it, you have insights, you implement, you create the infrastructure, and then you implement it for the businesses. So it's super simple. It's not an overly complex thing. But most people are really overcomplicating it, saying all these things that they can do, and all of these nerds that have never really sold anything to businesses are like, oh, like join my group and learn all these workflows, but there's no way to actually sell it because they don't understand the sales process of a business. And I think that's where I've got a big advantage, is I've been building them and optimizing them for countless clients over the last 12 years and for my own company. So that's just a few thoughts, is learn how to apply some level of tech to a business. That's going to give you leverage. And when you have the leverage, you're going to be able to command a fee from these businesses and make money in the process. And you might even be able to fly first class. So that's just some thoughts on AI, and I'll catch you on the next video.